if top esports do not get ahead in this game, it is going to be a hell of a ride in those team fights.
Could be a bit greedy though. First move will definitely go over to JackeyLove and Chris, but he does steal away the first Krug as the bottom lane actually decides to scrap it out, while the junglers are just a ways away, a street over. They're ready to play big here for Pace as he's trying to just JackeyLove, but has the bailout. JackeyLove flashing forward. No! He doesn't get the reset on the bailout, and now it's the junglers pulling up to the party. June is gifted a kill. Chris falls down next, and now all of it rests on Kanavi to try and rescue this play for top esports. Missing and June trying to get back together, and Kanavi cannot chase down either one of those kills.
Of the map, I feel like Kanavi right here is just looking to take one, smite it away and leave. He's actually gonna greed for a second one, but that's a level 6 Nafiri on his butt.
Pack is hunting, but the Vault Breaker to safety. June doesn't want to dive too far forward, as the bottom lane was a little bit later to the play with Payson missing, and they will claim the one grub unless 369's trying to throw down with the Ornhorn. Forces Missing's flash. Creams here with perfect execution. The Scion's trying to fly in on the background, but they're targeting Missing, and Missing gets popped, but traded out for Kanavi. And now 369, who started the play for top esports, is going to pay the Pied Piper. Jun picking up another critical kill as JDG.
The last two games have looked pretty clean for them, and they've got a very, very early game that has been on their side. Opportunity also built for Pace. He's going for that early game spike on Kalista.
Yep.
You don't get to choose that. Standard Sky, complete right here for Kanavi, and he's looking potentially for an opening on Shun. Shun's just going to smite one and get out.
Will give over mites if they want to, but maybe Shun was just waiting to reconnect with the bottom lane. Top esports always can be pretty greedy around some of these neutral objectives. Now they're starting to get surrounded, but they like the fight odds here going after Pace. Do get the clutch flash out of both him and Shun as Olive flies in, but he flies into the entire mark of top esports. They've got Scout teleporting into the backside, but Kanavi gets popped with the cease and desist. Doesn't even get that one off as Scout shows up to the party. They keep the bottom lane alive, and they pop off Cream, who now sees perfect execution to dash himself back out to safety. JackeyLove has no more mana to try and dish out the damage. There's no damage left for top esports. That nearly cost them their support as well. When the fights start throwing down, JDG are just too good to knock off.
Of course, especially since Pace is around. He's got his first item. He's playing lethality Kalista. He's burning through those HP bars. Top esports walked straight into JDG.
Prioritizing from draft just is still 9, and they're going to have to start sacrificing some things on the map to buy time.
Yeah, and Kanavi again is looking towards the top side of the map. They're going to lose the second dragon right here. The fact that if you look on the inventories, everyone has an item apart from supports, right? But Akali, this really does hurt Akali's early game spike. Cream also has the flash of a 1R press from Missing, and Ale?
Here we go.
You got this?
Hold up, but this is the Vi, the Renata, and the Ornn. Do they have enough damage? It doesn't really feel like it until that Vault Breaker sinks it home. Partly why maybe Kanavi looking to just steal camps away, and we talked about this, where top esports is at. They have to sacrifice some things, and that's a Rift Herald for now. A Rift Herald that's also going to give over. I know it's not the most popular thing anymore in Trouble since it got dropped on the new season, but that's some upgraded boots, feats of strength over to JDG as well.
With the Ash Arrow. So I feel like top esports, if they lose that mid lane tower, which is hanging on by literally one thread, it's going to be really tough for JackeyLove to actually walk up like he does right now to push out the way.
And how much are top esports willing to index and slow down camp clears and side lane allocation to keep this turret up? Because yeah, I think like minions may do it. These caster minions may get it done. Yeah. One more shot. No, that's it. That's the turret's gone. Mid turret drop by caster minions. That's just how things are going for JDG's way in this first game.
And get him on the turnaround.
I mean, if you're gonna do it on each champion, it had to be 400 stack Scion. Oh, or Draven. Oh, 369. My poor soul. The flash. Ooh, the Ash Arrow still sinks through. I think Shun might have enough damage. He's taking up a lot of turret shots, though. Has to flash away, and it's missing support Ash that gets the kill and walks away with style. We said it earlier. Everything is just going JDG's way, and Missing living with about 50 HP really personifies it.
Yeah, and if you can kill that Ornn. Oh, hold on, Cream. They're looking. They're praying.
Wow, they get the resets off.
For those dragons, which is going to be so point for JDG. If they manage to secure that, no one from top esports is actually in position to push out these waves. You see Cream trying to push down that bot lane wave, but they have absolutely zero vision. And Ale is hiding in this bush.
The brick wall trying to hold the line here. They do have Scout pushing towards this top side, does have teleport if he wants to join the fight of alls, as all of TES are going to use their 5 versus 4 advantage. Jun gets caught, tries to go into the Atariable, but Kanavi times the cease assist perfectly. Jun is down, and that is the golden goose to find. Shut down, and it's going to stop the dragon stacking. Finally, Top Esports are able to commit to what their comp was designed to do, and it might have just bought them a hell of a lot more time in this game.
There, so that these sort of fights and isolated targets do not happen for Top Esports.
Oh, Kanavi doesn't get the Vault Breaker knockback, eats an arrow to the face, goes for the cease and assist, but Pace flashes away. Hostile takeover will grab Pace to delay some time for this kill, but the bailout will not save Kanavi, and Shun is running wild. The pack is unleashed out of the crate and shuts down Top Esports, silences them to the tune of a double kill. If they stay comfortable, they play back and allow TES to come into them, they have so many ways to deny it. And like we talked about, TES, they have to fly in right now into JDGs. They take this Voracious Otacon. They're teleporting in 369. All eyes gravitate towards Kanavi. Can he find a clutch steal? The best jungler of Group Ascend so far needs to hone in, lock in, but he eats an Ash Arrow to the face, forces the Mikhails out. Ornhorn's going to come down. They're going to try and jump on the Scout, who does have to self-fold as Cream is on the backside of this fight. Shun is being pushed out of the pit. The hostile takeover, buying a bit more time for TES to try and set up a huge 50-50, but Kanavi goes in all out for Pays. Will he find the kills? Trying to set up his team. The Draven's too far away. The bailout comes across. Will Kanavi be saved? No! He's cut down. All the zombie grabs him, and they send Jun in to get the Voracious Otacon. JDG bide their time, won't let TES push them around, and it might have just won them this game 1 in the El Clasico.
That was the best case scenario for Top Esports, forcing Scout to ult himself early on, splitting them apart when JDG really want to play front to back, and it just was not enough. You see how the team composition right here for JDG is created to evade that backline access that Top Esports want to have. And JDG are gonna walk away with all of those kills but one. Voracious Otacon and the Baron. I think it's pretty much as clinical as
Cream at the low health bar, and Jun gets that Voracious Otacon. For how much we've hyped up this jungle matchup, Kanavi, by far in Group Ascend, been the premier jungler, but Jun on this Fairy Nefiri looked diabolical against Thundertalk. And it looks like it doesn't really matter to the opponent. Nameplate's off. Jun, when he gets this Nefiri, is to be feared in Group Ascend.
And it's going to be a pretty clinical ending right here from JDG, as they do have the, the money bags, I wanted to say, to slap Top Esports in the face. But Kanavi is looking potentially for a pick top side. They know they cannot defend. They have no way to play from the side of Top Esports. So that inhibitor was going to go down anyway. Kanavi's going to take that red buff, and they're possibly going to look towards Scout, who still has the buff from Otacon.
Still has the false life, has the ult for himself. Great Ornhorn to predict the dash away, but that's just 200 gold. Scout safe, and JDG, the rest of the pack, get to just grab this mid wave and play for more turrets.
I think 0-3 Draven hurts more than anything right here from Top Esports.
The most.
Hasn't managed to cast out at all.
Turret, the Baroned up cannon wave, the MVP right now. He's just firing away at this turret, and it definitely helps that they have a full tank Scion.
Giga Chad Allet just walks up to the tower, finishes the deal.
Yep, that's exactly that's the interactive and Scion gameplay we all strive for in the LPL right there.
I have the good news.
The Ornn was like a non-factor once this game started getting out of control on the bot side.
All right.
More turrets.
More turrets. There's the last one outside of Top Esports' base, and there's going to be one more to take before they finish that. However, before that,
I'd say we haven't seen it before.
It can get worse, man. Do it.
It might just be the play they have to make to try and save the game. We'll have to see. Who knows? Maybe the fight just brawls out in this jungle as Top Esports are trying to set up battle lines. 369 has gone Scout down about half HP, calls the Ornhorn as Jun jumps onto him. Great Fate's call for Pays on the backside. Takes the Blast Cone to get himself and missing out. Hostile takeover goes down. Cream dashes in, but it's Alla, the tanky style. They'll happily eat up all the damage, but Cream finally hits his mark. They drop missing. They drop Pays, and Jun cannot rescue this fight at all. Cream finds the angle in, the miracle angle that saves Top Esports, and to top it all off, Jackie Caleb finally cashes in on the adoration stacks. He finally gets his first kill of the game. But they still got a couple more members to turn and burn through it. Scout eviscerates, pops Jackie Love and Chris like a balloon, gets himself the quadra kill. Topsy-turvy seesaw, however you define it. That fight was wondrous, but it ends with a Scout pentakill.
Pentakill for Scout, and JDG will take the game, will take the ace. 7-0-2.
Where did that come
Scout
from?
bringing back Lissandra from the depths of hell of Champion Pool to stop Cream. Then he distracted. He's not even done. Just wants to kill Chris one more time from downtown.
Gwen, I like that R5 for missing. And we have our draft in front of us here. And maybe a bit clearer of an execution here for Top Esports, something we were looking for after Game 1 draft. Gwen versus Jax, that is Ignite Teleport, and maybe we'll have some more level 1 shenanigans as the good old Dredgeline hitbox on the list. Maybe sets up Scout to fall here. They're going to try and give the kill over to a priority target. It's Cream that grabs first blood. A pretty perfect start there for Top Esports.
River Scuttle Crab. So that Yone that we mentioned earlier that got that first kill early could potentially be what gives Kanavi the edge on the top side.
JDG, they're trying to throw down on this bot side to catch Jackilev going for a reset. The Valkyrie 4 from Jackilev trying to min-max the damage ratios on that ability. Does force the barrier out of TES. Missing min-maxing his range there as Shun is the first one into this top side. Trying to cut off the flashless 369 who only knows one thing. Has to go for the fight. Finds the kill on Ala thanks to the Ignite, and that forces Shun to bail out. We called out 369. The B1 Gwen does not disappoint for TES.
Trinity falls into the Corki, Blade of the Ruin game onto Cream's Yone, Rift Maker potentially onto 369 on this Gwen as Crisp is taking his reset, but he's not heading bot lane. Ale super low again, no flash.
This is easy. This is like fishing in a barrel right now. Ala is completely cornered. I don't even think Chris needed to show up. He got the assist with Ignite. That's how easy of a kill that was for 369, who's now 2-0 on the Giga Gwen Cream at the end of the day.
Yeah, Skanavi's trying to take his first Void Grab up top. You usually just smite one, handshake, move out, and see if there's an opportunity to move back in. Reminder, Scout is coming back from base. So right here, Top Esports. Yeah, they can't stay too long.
Send Scout towards the bot side, and it'll be the 2-for-1 trade there. Good to see TES not over-aggressing at a neutral that they knew they already had a win on, grabbing 2 mites, so no overstaying to fight a losing fight there, Trouble.
In this though, 3 members sent over the tops of the map for JDG, and that wave is pushing for 369. That's the overextend.
Oh, doesn't have Flash, by the way. Flash from Ala, though, to get the Counter-Strike Sun into a perfect seismic shove. It's the big shutdown they need, and Ala grabs that gold, deservedly so. Something to get the engine started there for JDG.
Over in the mid lane as Cream is going to come back onto this lane.
No ult.
Going to use his ult right here. So 3 Void Grabs going over to Top Esports, so +1 take.
On the clock, and this first Drake is likely soon to fall, and TES know it. They've got the ward in the pit, but they will not be contesting it as Shun and Paze will handle it. We talked a little bit about the overarching theme of this game too.
They have been constantly tracking down Shun before big neutral objectives, and right now we're going to have the Herald. Hold on, Ale.
Yep, Ala. Ooh, great jump over the wall for Kanavi. Lands the Glacial Prison expertly, and Caster Purse comes across. Clean dive this time. Ala finally falls for a 3rd time.
And what I was mentioning previously is that before every big neutral objective fight, Kanavi made it his mission to spot Shun in the jungle. And 1 ult from Kanavi is all it took to consistently take Shun's flash.
Scout's flash is on about the same cooldown as Ala's right now. So you have no flash on your Lilia, your Talia, and Jax, making it really hard for JDG to justify a lot of fighting. And it might just get even worse here as Missing has to burn that unbreakable will, that coveted ultimate for the Alistar, and Chris finds his mark. 1 dredge line. June with no flash like we talked about is caught out and hung to dry.
Pretty massively, I would say Shun. Oh, you poor summer child. Don't eep in there.
Oh, this is not your jungle, buddy. He just gets completely surrounded trying to contest this red buff. He gets the little Lullaby down onto 2, but it's too late. Shun drops the Weaver's Wall, buys some time for JG to make sure that Jackie Love doesn't push any further damage out, but these are small wins, but it's just all bailouts right now for JDG. No wins across the map.
Ale can't even step under his tower because it's going down, and Cream is just letting his creeps die in front of his eyes. Top Esports, absolute domination of the map, as Cream has actually started this dragon for his jungler. Mist is gonna spot it, but they can't walk in.
It's Crisp again with the dredge lines on point and missing, adding to the burger total right there as the Alistar falls. Dragon grabs Weaver's walls from Scout to try and play the map, and the range of this Jhin, the supportive ability of this Jhin is just not going to do enough, and the scaling for the PES is not going to come through really any time in this game. It's JDG completely on the back foot, and they're giving up everything across the map. The Rift Herald is free. All the outer turrets are down except the mid lane tier 1 turret.
It's 9.
Flashless still has ult. Gwen is immune, and they're really biding their time, and Kanavi sniffs something out. He tries to go to cover him, but now they just jump on Kanavi. He does flash away for the Deadly Flourish, but gets slept. They're trying to burn through the Takey Sejuani. They do find the kill, and they get the Lilting Lullaby to Jaculov. Shu's going to chase him down, but he needs the rest of his squad. They're playing from behind. Jaculov quits the flash, but the Weaver's Wall to follow. The curtain call, not needed. Finally, picks coming across for JDG. Some light at the end of the tunnel in this dark, dark game 2.
And there it is. We're talking about it. Top Esports overextend. They're 2 split apart. They get picked off by JDG. 2 kills going over to the side of JDG. 1 on Talia and 1 on PES.
Undercover mission. This Voracious Otacon, and JDG have no idea, and all of a sudden, all of TES have false lives to get even more aggressive than they want. Speaking of the Rift,
Talking about Purple.
Yeah, talking about Purple, and speaking of the Rift, places for JDG to take control of on the Rift. Slowly dwindling for another minute with the Voracious Otacon. And yeah, Cream is really infatuated with doing the jungler's job. That's the second dragon he's basically gotten all on his own. So Cream doesn't find its mark on his scout, so that's a critical ult down for the engage-oriented TES comp. It's enough of a window for JDG to look for the fight. Curtain call down, Alla on the flank, but he's pretty sectioned off all on his lonesome. Has to flash. Scout throws down the Weaver's Wall to cut off TS's escape, but now this is turned right on its head. JDG, Alla getting chased down as the depth charge will land. He's going to try and hop to his teammate. The Glacial Prison lands, but the hop comes through first. Who's chasing who at this point? Who knows? It's Cream going forward with the Soul Unbound on a Missing, who does pop the Unbreakable Will, but his health bar is far too low. There's the first kill. Do the floodgates open? No. Top Esports don't want to overextend in this fight.
The backline flashing through. Top Esports just made the call. Just go for the Jax, go for the Jax, go for the Jax. This time around, they're going for that Lilia. Hold up.
Ooh, looks like Lullaby having to be used because Cream is just built different.
Large amount of time, and Shun just expected the sleep to go through and that he'd be able to run away. Didn't even use his flash right there, just ended up going down, and Ale might follow the same fate.
2-level advantage. I mean, this isn't even the same league they're playing right now, all in 3-6-9. We talked about the one fight JDG wins is when the solo lanes or TES aren't apparent, and right there, they both make key picks onto 2 targets. Grabs Baron in. Might have really just pushed this game over the hump for Top Esports as we all eye the game 3. Esports, then JDG. Exactly why the El Clasico has been such a fun matchup. It's because of guys like Kanavi and 3-6-9, who the latter really hasn't disappointed as well off that B1 pick. Kanavi's did, 3-6-9's didn't against his former club.
I don't mind JDG trying for these things, because if Top Esports gets desperate or they overextend, they're playing through choke points, which is inside their jungle, and this is where that Lilia could potentially shine.
Power play.
Yeah, I feel like Top Esports didn't necessarily get what they wanted from this. Maybe a kill onto Missing here, but...
Yeah, Unbreakable Will is very valuable, very breakable in this game, and it will not bail out Missing face-checking a brush there. Just like the last little fight we saw, starts off with Missing getting picked off. How confident are TES now without the Alistar threat to knock down some of these turrets? Answer, very confident. Mid inhibitor down pretty seamlessly as the base is broken open to JDG.
I mean, this is not even a 4v5, right? They see on the side lane, so this is a 3 versus 5 when you're 10,000 gold in the lead, 11,000 gold, excuse me, in the lead, even more than 10k. So JDG have to back off, maybe give some of those bounties.
A couple autos, a couple of Qs.
Yep, 3 items, extra BF sword, 1 QSS right there. Yeah, surely can walk up. Now they know that there's 2 members of JDG down the bot lane, so Top Esports are going forward.
Yep. 369 gonna limit test how far he can push in the enemy base. They'll knock down the top inhibitor turret, but Scout is already at half HP. Kanavi's health bar is so hard to burn through. Crisp is in a pretty bad spot. He will fall. All the TP's in. Look at Cream off to the flank side. It is JDG and Kanavi having to flash out of the pit, and now 369, he's caught in the middle of 5. Cream does not go in at the right time. Top Esports is very desynced. The woes of their team fighting showing in this game despite their huge lead, having trouble really closing the deal.
By the Yone ult. However, it's going to be Baron.
Here's the problem.
The double super minions on every single lane for JDG, and unfortunately for the JDG believers, there is no Elder Dragon on top Esports, so it's impossible for them to grow.
You buy it? Is that shooting flash down? That's been down the whole game. We're used to that. Here's a fight. JDG's dead. Where did this come from? Alla gets the pick down. Gets into the stasis as well, pays on the flank. Oh no, it's happening again. Top, these can't close out games. JDG win another critical fight. That's all the Barons off Top Esports, except for 369 and Kanavi.
Someone somehow said it on a co-stream somewhere while watching this game, and they've completely cursed the heck out of TES. All right, 4 items. JDG.
Oh boy, here we go.
Double TP.
Do TS get sectioned off? That's the one problem. JDG is completely caught. He's alone without flash. Alla has him sectioned off. The curtain call shots land. JDG goes down first, but they still have the soul lanes to try and hold them up. 369 is very strong. Watch for Cream to try and dive in. Double stasis comes across. Cream goes in. Great golden by Scout. Cream is completely nullified as Alla knocks down Chris. 369 does find the kill on Dashun, but JDG still have the man advantage. All they have to deal with is the big bad Gwen, who does get stunned up, but is able to dash out until missing. Goes for the Alistair sec. Headbutt polarized, throws 369 into his entire team. He goes down next. It's happening again. Top Esports don't know how to close games.
Oh my god, JDG with another team fight win right here. They're gonna send Alla to save the 2 Nexus towers, and JDG are gonna secure their 2nd tower of the entire game.
How can they section TES off? Will we see the sync fight kindly come across as Cream does commit the ult just onto Alla, gets stunned up. The Mikhail saves it for now, but the crit shot nearly finds the kill. Kanavi does pick up the big time Baron as Shun is running a wild in the pit. Cream very low, Kanavi as well, Pace flashing after both of them, finds the kill onto Kanavi. JDG is untouched and throws 369, and 369 wants to call game. The GA comes out for Pace. He pops back up, the sleep throws out the stasis. It's pandemonium on the map, but Pace is gonna crit shot 369 to the face. The big bad solo lanes are down, and JDG and Chris have to run for the wayside. TES get buried, but it still doesn't save them.
JDG have the chance to do the funniest thing in this series. JDG still alive. There is still wave clear on the side of Top Esports, and JDG have committed most of their summoner spells and their ultimates. So it's gonna be just this particular inhibitor. There's no way they're looking to end it. They're just going to back off right now. They need to set up for this Elder
set. Kanavi's back on the map. JDG and Chris are trying to interrupt this Elder play. Do JDG throw this all the way at Elder? Kanavi, can he get in for the steal? Is he going to go in? He gets it! Kanavi steals the Elder and saves Top Esports, but he's not done. He's on the hunt. He knows TES have the big bag Elder, and he wants to end the game right goddamn now. Alla's the first one to fall. The dominoes falling in a row for TES. It's the leader, the captain for Top Esports, the former JDG 5-year veteran that might have just stopped their miracle comeback.
Top Esports with the miraculous steal from Kanavi are looking to finally figure out a way to end this damn game. They went from an 11k gold lead down to nothing, down to everything again. This Elder Dragon should signify game end for them.
They don't have any waves. Like bot, mid lane and top lane are not coming in for years. It's got to be the bot wave, but you called it. They have Elder on 4 members. They're bringing Cream up as well. Baron's still available for JDG. This has to be it. TES finally are going to be able to get over the hump. The Nexus turrets are getting burned with ease. Can Pace and Scout do it? They're losing HP rapidly. The sleep from Shun, it won't save them. 369 gets 1. Scout goes into the stasis, but it won't save them. Kanavi just rescued this series for Top Esports, and we're going to Game 3.
I actually really like these two drafts more, and they're showing me more of what both teams want to do. Like bot lane is hard shovey with a very clever invade towards the top side. Shun, if he does spot Kanavi right here, which he will right now, he could have the chance to play for that bot quadrant of Kanavi's jungle instead.
Oh, flashes galore, but it's who else but Kanavi to set the first kill over the line, get it to 369. Respect this Mega Gnar, but is holding on to the public execution. Kanavi's going to come off the grubs to come towards the top side, but bot lane, it's just explosions coming off this electrocute Lucian. We flash back top side, and Alla is down. Kanavi gets there first, and Cream used the Realm Warp to give the man advantage over to top Esports as they're winning all the kills early on in this game. Jackie Love drops off screen, but does grab that Feats of Warfare, trading out Missing under the turret, and Jun, if you haven't noticed yet, is on the wrong side of the rift, but Skarner loves to just run his way back through walls, and Jun is able to escape with his life.
Cured by Kanavi into this fight that we just watched. 2 kills now onto the Ambessa. And Jackie Love actually trading 1-for-1 with Missing down the bot side of the map.
Jun, please don't. Please don't get executed by Grubs.
Surely not, surely not, surely.
Oh no.
Jackie Love doesn't have flash.
Love. Yep, luckily doesn't have flash. We had a last game trouble. We had mid laners and top laners taking dragons, and now we've evolved. 80 carries are on Grubs.
Jackie Love just checking inside the pit. He's going to dash out. The second kisses Ale right there as the swap comes through.
Trying to steal camps away as Shun watches and goes, where is my red buff? And he's going to find in the brush with Kanavi. He does not want to get into a smite fight. Does use the Crescent Guard to knock Shun out of his Ixtal's impact, but he still has the Impale. So Kanavi knows only one thing. He has to try and turn his way and fight, but he eats 2 ultimates to the face, gets the knockup, actually flashes to safety. His 369's public execution does grab Pace, who's on the rotate. Scouts Severing Bolt does snipe out Kanavi, but that was a gift wrapped 80 carry right in front of 369.
As Pace trades 1v1, I guess. Oh,
whoa, back live and Scout, the Severing Bolt hero, that last play is completely caught. Discussion for another time.
Respite as well, but yeah.
Respite, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the EU versus NA joke. We had to get one in there. Is 369 is giving the hands to good old-fashioned Alla, who is bailed out by Mega Gnar. There was a lot of craziness going on this bot side, but it settled down. The Dragon is going to go over to TES at the end of the day.
Look at the inventory. It's just still caps
really,
versus Eclipse on the other side for 369. So even a debate who wins this 1v1s anymore. This particular game was very similar to the previous one. They do have, oh, hold up, Cream.
Good flash, gets out of the Impale range, but guess who silences the gap? Breaks down the advantage for Cream. It's a Shun flash and Scout grabbing a second kill as the range advantage of JDG is also growing, as you pointed out.
Around and Cream.
How many times have we seen this before? Sweet Alla, the victim of so many TES dives, but Shun is there to cover, and Pace and Missing are not far behind. So instead of all the falling, it will be the first turret falling, and feats of strength picked up for TES as the boot upgrades come online.
Huge right here from top Esports. Very great rotation. Pushing through that mid lane, dipping through the jungle, which made it really difficult for Pace and Missing to make their way around that bot lane.
Oh,
Scout?
no. Scout grabbed. Public execution, definition of what 369 just did to the JDG mid laner. Nearly burning Pace there from distance. The other side of that coin is how much dysfunction does top Esports cause in those ults that you're looking to line up. Because the Realm Warps are on point right now. Cream has been all over the map. Kanavi knocking down that poor Gnar, known as Alla, who is still so far away from a first item.
And they're playing fantastically through the Lucian Nami pressure, right? You know that your mid lane is always going to get pressured. They do have vision around that as well, and they're either going to play through Cream or 369. 369 does not need any help right now. He can literally 1v2 if he so wishes to on a side lane. Alla has been put so far behind. You see the Eclipse, you see the boom.
Good flash away from the pop boss, uses the public execution to dash back towards Missing. 369 completely outplaying JDG. Question is, where does the rest of the team come in? There's another kind of whiffed ult. Prowling Despair finds nobody's mark. Pays though, does have the speed up to try and create some distance. Kanavi does not get the slow. With the wind becomes lightning. But the Wolves are surrounding. They see their kill right under the turret, and Shun may be the first to fall, but the Ixtal's impact catches 369. They hit the Chains of Corruption right in tow. Pays and Shun saving JDG once more. We thought they were getting surrounded, but the baddest wolf is the one backed into a corner as Alla nearly finds JackeyLove, having him burn both summoners to survive. Credit Alla for the mystical play, but it does not get the kill onto JackeyLove. Something back for T.
From killing it, and that's about it. Now they're looking to hit towards a side lane. They're going towards Cream. He has Flash.
Flash, Realm Warp, all available. Does eat the Sprouling Despair. Here in comes Shun. Doesn't get the Xtel's impact. Flash out from Cream. He's going to try and use the Realm Warp to get out and just on the edge. Able to survive the gank. And the rest of TES have come roaring back in to try and turn this play. But 369 going way too far on his own. Diving under the turret. Solo Bolo style. Gifts another Empis a kill over.
What? Straight up.
Man. This is some of the worries that I have with 369 is this just the only place we know how to fight his top lane under this turret? Kanavi's turn to dive under for a kill. Is able to find the Gnar, but JDG are fine giving up their weakest member. Shun trying to kite back. We got a body block for the Coling and missing is up to the task, but Trouble, am I crazy? Are we not allowed to fight anywhere else on the map?
Okay, the tower is down. The tower is down. Top Esports faithfuls, you can take a deep breath. That tower is down.
It will arrive at Soul Point at 22 minutes and create a huge win con that JDG have to respond to. The Trouble, I'm scratching my head a little bit at, okay, I might have to ask you in a second because I think JackeyLove's going to pop this bottom lane. Tidal Wave not going to land. The Coling does. Missing. Going to be fine. Get to safety. Shun though on the flank. Here comes a TP flank from JDG. Chris bursts, flash and heal to create some space, but the Impale will land. They're putting Sushi on the menu here. Crisp is going to drop. Here comes Cream though on the response teleport. Where can he find an angle in? Shun's playing body block. 369 off to the other side of the flank. Can he get the public execution close enough? No, because missing flashes to safety. Public execution whiffs the chains of corruption, keeping JDG safe. We're going topsy-turvy, turning, chasing each other. It's like we're playing tag out here in the mid lane as now JDG is on the offensive. Alla stacking up the Mega Gnar, flashes forward, throws Cream to the wall, severing bolt over top. Alla finally gets some impact play and gives JDG the fight win.
Top Esports just can't make an engaged stick. There's too much range from JDG. Taking potential to Cream. Is just about to run into Alla, and 369 took the wrong blast cone.
Yep, and it might let Alla survive. Public execution though over top. This time hits for 369, and when it hits hard. On the other side, TES are looking to push through JackeyLove. Missing his turn to end burn. Scout with his Sprouling Despair though. Will turn out onto Kanavi, who flashes and does die. So one back as Scout continues to find pretty critical kills, but finally 369's unleashed with a kill back on the board, and well, nearly eclipsing an 11K gold lead deficit in game number 2. Where the Dragon is slowly burning, and JDG seem way more preoccupied with trying to chase off Cream and Crisp. They need to go in for this Hextech Drake, but they just give it up, and now they've got to turn and run for the hills, but 369 will not let them. Missing pops before the Pop Blossom come across the Tidal Wave, hits onto 3 from Crisp, and JackeyLove can step up and start taking kills, not names. This is the fight TS need. This is how dominating they can be. This is why Top Esports are your LPL defending champions. And clean ace to seal the series.
Top Esports will claim the soul and then use it to chase down JDG inside their own jungle. JDG got lost in the source. They didn't know if they wanted to push for kills, get in for the Dragon, take the 50-50, potentially team fight, and they did none of the above, as 369 is gonna take that bot lane inhibitor tower as the rest of Top Esports are dispatching of Baron, sorry.
And that is the deadly combo, though, coming across. Purple banner on to 5.
Step down, as you'll see the happiness in the coaching staff as well. And hold on.
Whoa. Could this be the final fight right here? Top Esports on the brink of breaking open this series. And who is it again to start at 369 with the public execution? They're diving under the tier 2 turret, sending 369 to hunt down the pack, chop down on all the gazelles. This is what makes TES the premier team in the LPL. Send JDG out of those top 2 conversations. TES are going to cement themselves 8-1 at the very top of Group SN.
You know what they say, a win is a win is a win. It doesn't matter if you win a series 2-0 or 2-1. The fact that you won it speaks miles. And right here, Top Esports, they're stepping up to take JDG down.
El Clasico finished. Your victors once more, Top Esports, but also Kanavi and 369 get back at their old organization.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.